Hey guys, it's Sam. Now, for the third time,
Humor is subjective. It's probably one of the most subjective topics in entertainment. It's the main reason why there's so many forms of it. If I did hypothetically dislike any comedy, I just want you to know that it's my personal opinion. And you might find whatever I'm talking about the finest humor to ever grace this earth.
now that some people think I'm devoid of humor for not liking two not funny comedies, it's time we round off this cursed trilogy. Throughout all the damn suffering and torment I had to endure to reach this final HNK comedy, how do I feel about this one? To be honest, it's just fucking... It's alright. I'm serious. Honestly, this one's fine. But Em, you hate everything! How could you like this one? It's a few things, really. One, this one's really short as of right now. It's almost unfair to make the comparison because both DD and Shichigo IG were over 30 chapters, so maybe I didn't get a chance to get annoyed at this one like the others. Second one, this one feels like it paces its jokes, and it doesn't immediately and repeatedly shit new ones on the screen 24/7. And third, it doesn't have that weird Japanese humor. None of the jokes here seem like the writers would have went to jail if they wrote it anywhere else other than Japan. Unlike a certain other comedy manga, it just feels handled better than the others. And every joke feels like it touches on new things instead of stewing in its own shit like the others. Let's compare the main characters of all three comedies. Shichigo IG had Souther, whose entire joke is he's a man-child who's either dressing skimpily, loving Ken, or just appearing on screen. It's reasons like that which make me wonder how you'd like that book unless you're a Souther simp. Cause a majority of its comedy feels brain dead cause Souther's just doing random things and you're meant to laugh cause, isn't it funny my favorite character is doing this? And Hokuto dunked in Dookie, the main three brothers are the main cast here, and all their jokes revolve around them sporadically doing things that are quirky in real life while they stay stoic. Unless you're Toki, where he coughs and then the Gerber babies in the crowd laugh while he does that till the end of the book. Most of the jokes they make here are, isn't it funny my favorite character is doing this? Part 2, Electric Boogaloo? And as I said earlier, they also make those weird jokes like the whole Fudo thing, the Ein thing in the anime, Rin and Yuria's love triangle, just shit like that. Amiba Isekai doesn't really revolve on the fact that the main character is acting goofy. In comparison to the others, Amiba is really quite tame because they don't make him act like an infant. Sure, they make him a bit more goofy so he avoids DD's problems, but it doesn't completely override his personality to the point where he's a different character to avoid the problems of Shichigo IG. But Em, in the DD review, that's exactly what you said! This is why I hate you! The hypocrisy on this channel is insane! That video was also made before I read Shichigo, where I was given an excellent example of going way too far with making a character goofy. They also don't randomly make him do things for no reason. As I mentioned near the start, maybe Isekai will ease you into its jokes, with only one or two exceptions to that rule I can think of. To keep the positivity train going, it does something else I really appreciate. It doesn't lean on the base HNK property so fucking hard it shatters it. A majority of the jokes in the other two, more so DD than Ichigo cause Ichigo just thinks dumbass Souther is hilarious, really are only funny cause you know the base story. Without the background context, you'd probably be staring at the screen with your eyes glazed open. Like how I was, even with context. But Amiba Isekai's jokes can stand on their own for the most part. Are some of them based on previous knowledge? Yes. Does knowing the base story enhance the jokes? Of course, obviously. But I don't feel like they're required to make you laugh here. Like, let's look at the scene with Ririn. If you know the main story, the joke is Rin is nothing like this at all. It's a subversion of expectations. But the entire joke isn't just the fact, yo, Rin is being crazy right now. What she's saying is actually funny, and they keep her on screen long enough to have a chance to be funny as her own character, so they avoid the problem of trying to do 2 million things with rapid fire humor like the other two have. And this pretty much applies to all the other characters too. They are definitely funnier if you get the reference, but I don't think the reference is the entirety of the joke. The facial expressions here are great. They're a bit more intense here than they were in Shichigo IG, and I think it really helps capture Amiba's little genius epiphanies, I guess if you had to name it. It's hard to find the words to explain all of it, it's just a good comedy. Now, am I saying it's the funniest thing in history? No. Which is an important thing to state, because I feel like when you say you like something on the internet, people tend to think you love it, and they might think I'm unable to breathe and wheezing every time they make a joke. I just think it's fun. If you like HNK, I think it'll give you a laugh. I'd recommend it if you're feeling for something goofy that actually has a sense of humor to it. I can't think of a single joke in this book that made me roll my eyes or mentally snap like the other two did. While I didn't rank them, I'd probably both give them a 3. And I'm honestly trying not to think about it too long because if I do, it might go even lower. But Amiba Isekai, I feel like I'd give it a 6 or a 7, honestly. It's a fun little read and I don't really have anything particularly negative to say about it. But what do you guys think? Do you like Amiba Isekai? Or do you think it's the shittiest out of the shitty 3? As always, I'm glad to discuss with you guys in the comments, and I've been Em, and I am out.